Welcome to This Week from Blue Mountain Broadcasting. I'm your host, Lynelle Ellis, president of Blue Mountain Broadcasting Association, and I'm delighted that you've tuned in today. I'm excited because I'm going to be interviewing Daniel Biggs, who's production manager for Blue Mountain Broadcasting Association, and he's going to be sharing with us some really interesting stuff about both Secret Life of the Forest and Secret Life of the Desert. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And then we'll have some things to share that you have not heard before during our station news segment. And let's begin now, though, with a devotional thought. Is Christianity hard or easy? Now, that's a question that C.S. Lewis asks in his classic work, Mere Christianity. And it is a good question. And Lewis's response to his own question has become one of my favorite passages from any book that I've read. Lewis says that Christianity is both hard and easy. And then he goes on to explain the concept of a surrendered life. And here are some thoughts on the topic in Lewis's own words. Christ says, "Give me all. I don't want so much of your time and so much of your money and so much of your work. I want you. I have not come to torment your natural self, but to kill it. No half measures are any good. Hand over the whole natural self, all the desires which you think innocent, as well as the ones you think wicked, the whole outfit. I will give you a new self instead. In fact, I will give you myself. My own will shall become yours." This is truly a life-changing and incredible thought. It's a description of the surrender of self to God. And it's very different from just morality or being good. It's all about a complete change in who's in charge. Who's in charge in my own life? Rather than me being in control, it's about God being in control. And C.S. Lewis goes on to explain how this makes Christianity both hard and easy. And he writes, "Both harder and easier than what we are all trying to do." You've noticed, I expect, that Christ himself sometimes describes the Christian way as very hard and sometimes as very easy. He says, "Take up your cross." In other words, it's like going to be beaten to death in a concentration camp. And the next minute he says, "My yoke is easy and my burden is light." He means both. And one can just see why both are true. The terrible thing, the almost impossible thing, is to hand over your whole self, all your wishes and precautions to Christ. But it is far easier than what we are all trying to do instead. For what we are trying to do is to remain what we call ourselves, to keep personal happiness as our great aim in life, and yet at the same time to be good. We are all trying to let our mind and heart go their own way, centered on money or pleasure or ambition, and hoping in spite of this to behave honestly and chastely and humbly. That is exactly what Christ warned us you could not do. As he said, "A thistle cannot produce figs. If I am a field that contains nothing but grass seed, I cannot produce wheat. Cutting the grass may keep it short, but I shall still produce grass and no wheat. If I want to produce wheat, the change must go deeper than the surface. I must be plowed up and re-sown." The point being made here by Lewis is that total surrender is hard. But once that surrender has been made and the will is submitted to Christ, then living as a Christian is easy. A surrendered person walks happily in harmony with Christ. There's a freedom that's so refreshing when a person is living that completely surrendered life, when we've asked for and when we've been given the mind of Christ, rather than living under the direction of our natural selves, as Lewis would describe it. And here's one more thought about how that daily surrender happens. This is from Lewis again. That is why the real problem of the Christian life comes where people do not usually look for it. It comes the very moment you wake up each morning. All your wishes and hopes for the day rush at you like wild animals. And the first job each morning consists simply in shoving them all back, in listening to that other voice, taking that other point of view, letting that other, larger, quieter life come flowing in, and so on all day. Standing back from all your natural fussings and frettings, coming in out of the wind. We can only do it for moments at first, but from these moments, the new sort of life will be spreading through our system, because now we are letting Him work at the right part of us. It is the difference between paint, which is merely laid on the surface, and a dye or a stain, which soaks right through. May we surrender ourselves to God every day and all throughout the day. What a difference it will make. Please stay tuned. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Joining me now is Daniel Biggs, production manager for Blue Mountain Broadcasting Association. And Daniel, it is great to have you here.
Well, thanks for having me.
And I'm very excited because we have some neat things to talk with our viewers about. The first one is some news about Secret Life of the Forest, which has been produced and out for a while now, but we've got something big happening this week with it, or beginning of next week.
Well, we've just about sold our entire inventory of DVDs, and we just got a couple lingering, so the sales have been doing really well. But now Blue Mountain Land Trust has stepped in to kind of ramp up another viewing of Secret Life of the Forest. And what they're doing is they're having an online event where all the videos will be released online, and you can watch all of the videos at your discretion whenever you'd like. And that's going to be for a limited window, though, that will allow them access to these videos. You go to Blue Mountain Land Trust website, which is bmlt.org, and you can register for the event. It's free, and that will allow you to have the password to watch all those episodes.
Okay, I'm glad you said it's free, because the next thing I was going to ask was, okay, so how much does it cost?
Yeah, and then the neat thing is that you can also, if you'd like to go ahead and download the entire series, you can go to Blue Mountain Television's website, and that's bmt.tv/SLF, and then from there you can download all 13 episodes in high definition. It takes a few minutes, so
Yes.
just be patient.
It does, but that's really neat, because if you got them on DVD already, or if you were thinking of DVD, that's good, and it's fun to watch them that way, but it's not high definition.
It's not high
at the level that it would be with a direct download.
I would prefer they buy the downloads, because it is shot in high definition, and that's, you're getting all that nice high definition. You're getting 13 high definition videos for $35.
Okay, so that's if they want to buy it to download and basically own for themselves as a download. Now, if they just want to access it online for a limited amount of time, that's what this Blue Mountain Land Trust thing is about.
Yes.
Starting September 21?
September 21, was the launch date. So, and it's really exciting because as of today, we have 225 people already registered and interested in watching these videos. So.
Now, you got to give us a little bit of backstory on that. How did we come into this relationship with Blue Mountain Land Trust with Secret Life of the Forest?
Well, Mike Denny and I were working on this particular program, Secret Life of the Forest, the Northern Blue Mountains, and Blue Mountain Land Trust is a conservation company. That's their goal, is to help in conservation and setting apart pieces of wildlife in areas like that, and also through education. And so it was kind of a natural fit, and Mike happened to know Tim Copeland, who is over there at Blue Mountain Land Trust. And so they actually when they found out that we were doing this series, they hosted for us at Maxey Auditorium a couple years ago now our premiere, and we had 2 premieres in one night, and they both sold out online. That we could tell, and so that was kind of a really wonderful start. We're working with Blue Mountain Land Trust, and they have sent out all kinds of posters and emails promoting not only that event, but this event that's coming up on the 21st.
Yeah, I got a postcard in my mailbox from them.
And they didn't even charge us a penny. And we gave them all kinds of, a list of other people to send those information to, and they did it all for us for free, which is really nice. So.
That is really neat. It's been a fun partnership working with them. And we had some other partners with Secret Life of the Forest too, which was also good. Confederated
Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation, they donated some amazing trail cam footage of wolves and bears and cougars. We also worked with the Audubon Society and Blue Mountain Wildlife, which is a raptor rehabilitation center over in Pendleton. They were also helped us, and so we've had some awesome, and even the Forest Service has allowed us to do some filming there and been supportive in that way. So
yeah, just super fun for Blue Mountain Broadcasting to be able to partner with these organizations, and it's really neat for us to now have this online premiere of the show coming up really soon.
Yeah, it is exciting.
Right. I hope people will go to the website and sign up and get that password, especially since there's no charge.
Exactly. And one more time, that's bmlt.org. And from there, free registration, you get the password, and come the 21st, you can watch all those episodes. But it is for a limited time. It'll be for 3 or 4 weeks or so, and then that'll be no longer accessible.
Yeah, it's a special event.
Yes,
that they're sponsoring.
Yeah.
Neat. Well, Secret Life of the Forest was obviously successful and fun for us, and we've really been enjoying sharing it with the community, and that prompted Blue Mountain Television to think about another follow-up series, which many of our viewers already have heard about, but it's Secret Life of the Desert. You're also working with Mike Denny on that program, and you just came back from the last filming for it. Is that true?
Yes, and I'm a little sad about that, because hanging out with Mike Denny and filming these things has just been a joy. We're a couple peas in the pod. We're just out there, and it's I have to explain. It's all about oftentimes it's not just these things are out. We have to search, and it's a little treasure here and a little treasure here, and these are all these little treasures that are being captured. And Secret Life of the Deserts of the Northwest, is something that Mike wanted to do, and we realized that 2/3 of Washington and Oregon are desert.
Yes.
So when you think of the Northwest, actually, we should probably be thinking a little bit about deserts, because it's not just green trees.
Not just the evergreen state.
That's right. Yeah. So 2/3 of the Northwest is desert. So as far as I know, nobody's really tackled a project like this, and it's vast. It's huge. We're scratching it just barely, but we've been so blessed to get some amazing footage, and I can tell you a little bit about our last trip.
Yeah, I want you to, but before you do that, I'm thinking about, you said something about, you're looking for it's like a treasure hunt, because you don't call up the animals and make appointments for them to be there so that you can get the filming done.
Yeah, we're literally scouring the desert, and we'll find a flower here or an insect there or a bird there, and then of course Mike does have a good idea, a hunch on where we should go and when we should go, and that's a huge part of it too.
Yes, and he knows what seasons and all kinds of things. I remember you saying at one point, we've just got to go now. If we don't go now, we can't go till next year, to get this footage. Yeah. And those were challenging times for us, because we were just beginning with the COVID pandemic issues, and can we go to the desert?
Right.
Are we allowed, And of course you were safe out there with nobody else in the desert.
Mike knows some back roads, and I don't think we saw but like 2 cars that in 4 days, so it was pretty safe. Yeah.
And do you know how many desert habitats you've been to?
Not really, but I would say we've spent the majority of our time. We've done a lot of filming in Washington, because we have desert right here. But we've really hit southeast Oregon hard, because there's the Alvord Desert and the Steens Mountains, and there's some deserts out there that really host a lot of desert wildlife. And as we get more north, it's a similar looking desert, but it just doesn't have the wildlife. It gets colder, and so I don't know how many desert environments we've filmed, but I mean we just filmed like Fort Rock and Christmas Valley area, and there's a massive sand dunes out there. There's a place called Lost Forest. We filmed that, and there's an ancient rock out there that we crawled all over and filmed that. We've been all over Malheur Wildlife Refuge, and anyways, we've got a lot of different places, but we've really scoured the Oahe, which you've been to.
Yes,
and,
thanks to you telling me about that area.
In Sucker Creek recreation area. So we've really got some amazing places. It's really going to be a special production. And The Secret Life of the Forest was a big learning curve. You know, and I was kind of developing my skills, and I just am so much more confident. I'm thankful for Secret Life of the Forest, but I feel that the level of production, the level of photography and the storytelling is going to be way better, and it's going to be a much higher quality production.
Yes, and you've showed me some footage, just little bits that I've seen, and I can tell already, you know, the footage that you're getting is just amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's spend a little bit of time talking about this last trip that you went on and what you found there.
Well, one of our first stops was at a place called Cabin Lake, and there is where the Ponderosa pine forest comes and just stops, and you can just see the wall of the forest, and then it's the sagebrush steppe. And so what there's two blinds with two watering stations for each, or there's a watering station for each blind. And so what happens, I believe there's a gentleman, from what Mike told me, and other people probably do this as well, but a retired doctor out of Bend, Oregon, he and his wife come out there in the summer months and keep these water holes filled with water. And so what you do is it's so dry out there, these animals have learned somehow where this water is, and so you're getting animals from the sagebrush steppe and from the Ponderosa forest all coming together at once. And I've never seen anything like it, Lynelle. We're there in that blind, and all of a sudden droves of birds and squirrels, and and beautiful birds and migrant birds. We saw white-headed woodpeckers coming out of Alaska, and just hawks, and at night we put trail cams on there, and there were bats dipping down, big brown bats dipping into that water, and there were mice and mourning doves and things that we saw at night that were kind of interesting too.
Yes.
Rabbits. And so I would say within 24-hour period there might have been 1,000 animals coming into those watering holes. And
water is pretty important in the desert.
It's actually crucial. And for example, one of those groups of birds was pinion jays, and more of they love the ponderosa pines. They're obligated to that kind of forest, and they would come out and they would come. They're real gregarious, so they'd be in big groups. And probably about 250 of them just came in and landed right there. And and here I got my trail cams, and trail cams are firing everywhere. And anyway, so it was amazing. We got incredible footage, and it was just it was just like something out of some sort of fairy tale cartoon to see all the animals drinking right side by side. It was really cool.
I can't wait to see some of that footage.
Yeah, it was really neat.
Sounds so fun.
Yeah, and then we went out to this massive sand dunes. And got some great footage of that. It was a wonderful trip, and I'm just so thankful that Mike Denny has donated his time and effort and knowledge.
Absolutely.
So.
We were talking even before we were on the show here just about his amazing memory and his understanding of the wildlife habitats and the creatures, and it's incredible.
He's a gem. He really is.
Definitely so. Well, we are looking forward to both this premiere of Secret Life of the Forest online with Blue Mountain Land Trust, and then also can't wait for you to get into the editing rooms and be finishing up this program so that we can premiere it on Blue Mountain Television.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Lynelle.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
thank
I'm
you,
excited
Daniel.
too.
Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Welcome back. It's time for Station News. And one of the things that we really love to do at Blue Mountain Broadcasting Association is partner with other organizations. And I was just interviewing Daniel Biggs about one of those partnerships with the Blue Mountain Land Trust. And just a quick reminder again that starting September 21, you can go online at their website, sign up, register, and have full access to high-definition versions of Secret Life of the Forest. So loving that partnership. Another organization that we are partnering with in that they have requested us to come and present at one of their gatherings is the Retired Denominational Workers Club, and this is part of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And they've invited us to make a presentation to them on October 4. And so in return, we asked if they'd like to come and meet at our new facility for their group meeting. And so we're going to be doing that, and we're going to be sharing with them the exciting things that they have helped, many of their members have helped sponsor, and many of you have helped sponsor for what we're doing here at Blue Mountain Broadcasting. So we're very excited about that coming up October 4. And another date that's important for you to mark on your calendar is November 9 through 11. This is the date for our fall fundraiser. And this is the opportunity, one of several during the year, but really just about the biggest one for you to participate and help generate more exciting programming, more exciting connections, and helping people know about God and His kingdom through Blue Mountain Broadcasting during our fall fundraising event. And we received confirmation this week that our guest for this event, our special guest, is going to be Randy Maxwell. Randy Maxwell is a name known to some of you, and he's an author and pastor. He's written a number of books on prayer. That's one of the areas that he's really focused on in his ministry. And we are delighted that he has agreed to come and be part of our fall fundraiser. Can't wait for that, to interact with him. The theme for the fundraiser is peace, something that we all recognize we could really use a lot more of right now in our world. So again, be sure to mark your calendars for November 9 through 11. There'll be lots of special programming during that time as we work together for God's kingdom through Blue Mountain Broadcasting. And I also wanted to remind you that we would like to bring that fall fundraiser to you from our new facility. And the new facility needs some things before that can happen. And the very most important one is an internet connection. And we just got an update that we have been working with our internet provider, and we're making progress on that, but we do need some funds toward that project in order to bring it to completion. So that could be a special project that you would like to contribute to here at Blue Mountain Television. And you can do that online. You can do it by sending a gift. You can call us and let us know your information, whatever your choice is with that. But we're really looking forward to getting internet going and to your help with it. And I want to thank you because you are the ones who make this ministry happen. It's yours. And here we are reaching out to our community and telling our community about God's love and His incredible love for us. So again, inviting you to pray for the ministry and to participate with us financially. And I want to thank you for tuning in today and watching the program, and I will see you next time.